Welcome aboard, ladies and gents, and everyone else who represents, to a YouTube video that broke me. Here on the platform there exists some very questionable characters, and today we're going to be looking at one of them. The other day I found some commenters talking about this very misogynistic video from a YouTuber named
No Free Clout Here.
So I thought I'd throw my hat in the ring. I dug deep into the web to find this individual, and I did. It seems his video was such a huge success, the fame and glory was just too much to handle. But luckily for me, the internet exists. And some third-party channels were kind enough to supply us with this great piece of bigoted literature. So let's watch together, shall we? At this time, I invite you to buckle up, relax, and make yourselves uncomfortable and enjoy the in-flight movie.
Women are the physical manifestation of sensory perception.
Okay, right off the bat, we're not even easing into the conversation. We're just hit right in the face with some profound "life is what you make of it" platitudes, but make it misogynistic.
And in the same sense that when your senses are overloaded in any particular way, whether they're overloaded with pleasure or overloaded with pain, if your senses keep receiving that same stimulus over and over, you are not going to have as strong of a reaction to that same stimulus.
So he's trying to equate women to neurotransmitters? Oh my god, it all makes sense now. Remember in school when the teachers were explaining dress codes to girls, saying that showing any amount of skin would distract or tempt the boys in class? This is the guy. This is the guy they were warning you about.
They can't be trusted to handle anything of greater responsibility, anything of greater importance than daily household chores and taking care of babies. Not taking care of children, taking care of babies. Because once babies turn into children, that's when the psychological development comes into place, which far exceeds the capabilities that women are able to provide for the child.
Here's that attention you ordered. He's literally implying that women aren't stable or intelligent enough to mother their own children. You know who I really feel sorry for? This guy's mother. Is that what this is? Did something happen with his mom?
Men's value is based on what they've done and the type of person that they've turned themselves into. What kind of value they've brought into the community in which they're living or into the larger society. But a woman's value is not based on that.
Says who?
Because her value is based on her fertility. To put it bluntly, that's what it's based on. Women's value is based on their fertility. That's why it's in the best interest of a woman not to waste her inherent value and try to lock down a high-value man or a man who looks like he's on his way to becoming high value as soon as she can.
Some alarm bells are going off. What he's saying in this video is that women are meant to be slaves and their only purpose in life is to sire children. Who's teaching this? I just want to talk.
And it's not just fertility either. It's also based on her ability to stay with a mate. Children are more likely to survive if the father's in the home. Children grow up much healthier and much happier and are much more successful later in life when the father is present. And not just present, but consciously involved in the children's lives.
Oh geez, another spin doctor. Here's the thing. While what he says isn't necessarily wrong, he's telling a lie by omission. While it is true that children tend to be more successful when their father is present and active, the same is true about the mother. That's what he's skipping. He's only looking at the data that justifies his sexist thinking. It is scientifically proven that children do better in life when both the mother role and the father role are filled. And please do not misconstrue my words here. This also applies to same-sex parents. Same-sex parents can fill both roles just fine, and the children have the same opportunities to be just as successful as children with heterosexual parents.
That's why stepfathers don't really do the trick. You can't just inject a male person into a child's life and say, this is your new father now. That's not how psychology works. That's not how human brains work. The child knows it's not their actual father. And before any idiots go, well, I formed a bond with my stepfather. I'm aware that exceptions exist. I would still argue that you're not as close to your stepfather as you would have been to your biological father had you had the chance.
Well, yeah, the same is also true of stepmothers. Those exist too, you numpty. Is this video's sole purpose a petty diss track for his stepdad or something? Is this why he's so upset with his mum? Am I a good detective?
But like I said, the more experiences, whether positive or negative, that a woman goes through decreases her value because women cannot handle the stresses or the pleasures of life. The more stress she goes through, the more she sees the world as nothing more than a negative place.
But that affects everyone, not just women.
And I've mentioned this in a previous video, but it's because women are not able to connect with God in the same way that men are.
Oh no, he's a forking Bible thumper. How did I not guess this sooner? The signs were all there. Am I a bad detective?
If something stresses them out too much, then it's also not a good thing. Everything has to be new, everything has to be fresh, everything has to be exciting all the time, 100% of the time, otherwise it's bad. That's how women see the world. They don't have an accurate lens of reality through which they see the world. They just don't see reality.
Could you say that again? All I got was something, 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 pot and kettle.
They interpret the quality of reality through the type of sensory input they're receiving.
That's why girls don't work out.
You ever wonder why the vast majority of women don't work out?
Really? News to me. I guess all the gals I see at the gym are just made up of a hologram or something, huh?
They are fortunate enough to be born with a nice looking body, and then it just wastes away. They don't work out. They could preserve their body a little bit by working out, but that's why. It's because it hurts. Working out hurts.
So do punches to the jaw, but I don't see you shutting up.
And don't let their astrology fool you either. All this crystals, all the chakra, the healing bullshit, there's no such thing as chakras.
Hinduism has left the chat.
There's no such thing as crystals, lighting incense.
Well, damn, that's gonna be a major buzzkill for my pagan and heathen friends, including me.
All of that is still sensory. There's no divine presence there. It's still, just because it makes them feel good doesn't mean that there's a divine presence there.
It's almost as if he's legit asking for Thor's wrath. Here's what I think happened. The psychology professor had to take leave for the semester, and the only replacement staff available was the apologetics professor. So they put masking tape over the apologetics textbook and wrote psychology over it. Only explanation I can think of for this absolute
shitfuckery.
This boy literally woke up one morning and decided, hey, I'm gonna make a video talking about how women are meant to be property, and stood in front of the camera to spill this Boulder Dash tea, and to make matters worse, he sat there to re-watch all of this and edit and clip it, and he made the conscious decision to go to youtube.com and click the upload button. And the likes to dislikes ratio, courtesy of Penguin0. I can only imagine what the comments were like, and I don't even feel bad for this schlemiel. You can't just insult half of the population and expect to be praised or called brave. And you really can't be called brave after such a display of cowardice like privating your entire channel. Unpopular opinions are unpopular for a reason. Either they're innovative ways of thinking that most other people haven't thought of, or they're toxic, archaic ways of thinking that are just detrimental to society. Your title is also clickbait, mate. Women aren't real, yet you talk about how women are real, but you describe them like they aren't even people. I can't even watch any further, cause I've only got 3 brain cells left and I'm already losing focus. So that's all I'll be talking about with this stunning piece of YouTube literature. I'm off to go unwind with some Written by Wolves. It's a good band. Thank you guys so much for flying with us today, not you. If you enjoyed your flight, please like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today and for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.